Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Hustle with Jesse W. And today we're talking about the college scam. Why is college a scam? You might disagree with me. I might disagree with you, or maybe we find some middle ground. But the fact of the matter is that college primarily is a scam. Why do I say it's a scam? Well, because you have over 2 million students nationwide that have over $100,000 in student debt. And the worst part about it is that most of those degrees are in garbage studies that have no marketable place in the workforce. So you have people out there that have, 30, 40, 50,000, $100,000 in student loans, and the jobs they're getting are $35,000, $40,000 a year jobs. That doesn't even include paying income tax on your job, right? That doesn't include getting to work and back, food, etc., etc. It takes years to pay down those student loans. All right. So what we have now is a huge amount of people out in the workforce with degrees that are essentially worthless. All right. So you'll get a lot of college out there, a lot of schools that'll push these degrees on students, make them sound great, make them sound easy to get to, and then they just sign you up for those super easy loans to get. You don't have to pay anything while you're studying. And then when you graduate, you're trying to find a job, trying to find a place to live, and then boom, you get hit by those student loans that just crush you, right? So they trick you into what to study. They trick you with these crazy liberal arts degree studies that have no workplace marketable skills, for workplace. Like you get a degree in studies of some sort of freaking ant or something. All right, big deal, guy. What are you gonna do with that now, right? You're gonna end up out there in Starbucks working as maybe an assistant manager, and you have $30,000-$40,000 in school debt. Obviously, that degree was just made up by me on the spot, but you get the gist of it. You know exactly what I'm talking about, because if you clicked on this video, then you've already heard these horror stories. It's just a fact of the matter. Then you have other higher end degrees like an MBA. People hear that MBA and, oh wow, Master's in Business Administration, that's amazing. That's what I need to study if I want to succeed in business. No. Did you know that for the past 10 years, maybe even a little bit more, 200,000 people have graduated every single year with an MBA? And a mountain of debt, obviously. So now you have 200,000 people who have graduated over the course of the last 10 years, give or take, with that same degree. Your degree is a product, okay? It is a product. And you will now go into the marketplace as that product to sell yourself so that you can market your skills and get a job. You're selling to your potential employer why you should have that job and why your degree was worth, getting, right? The more products you have on the market, identical product, the less the value of that product is. It's just like stock trading. You see the charts behind me. When we're stock trading, we're looking for various technicals or various ideas regarding the ticker that we're trading, okay? Now, one of the things we look at is the float of the ticker. What is the float? The float is how many shares outstanding are in the market that you can purchase and sell, all right? The least amount of shares, the more valuable that stock can become quicker. It doesn't mean that the stock is worth the amount. We've seen stocks that were $1 go to $30 in a matter of 24 hours or less. Doesn't mean that stock is really valued at $30, but currently in the market, because of the float, it is valued at $30. So now if you have that many MBAs out there on the street all competing for the same jobs, what happens? The value of that degree just degrades. It just goes down. It's no longer a degree where you can just get that MBA and say, I'm gonna go make $150,000 a year. It doesn't happen. It's just not happening. You need to specialize in the degree. So now you said, okay, I'm not gonna study those garbage degrees that are out there that everybody's getting fooled at. What can I study? All right, well, if you wanna study something because you like school and you believe that you need school in order to succeed, then specialize. All right, don't do the MBA. Look into maybe a master's in financing. I had a buddy who got his master's in financing, and dude's balling it now. He's doing super well. Why? Because he's specialized. It's like doctors. You can have a general doctor out there, a GP, a general practitioner. He'll make maybe $100,000, $130,000, $140,000 a year. That's good money, right? Ask him about his student debt. Now, the doctors that specialized, the doctors that went into specialties like surgery or hormones or, any other avenue, dermatology, those guys are balling. And a lot of them open up their own practices because they're able to. Why? Because they specialized. Now, if you're like me, and you say college is crap for you because you don't like school, you can't sit in a classroom for extended periods of time learning things that you don't even care about in order to get to a degree that you want to get to, then you might want to look into other things. You might want to look into hustling for yourself, meaning getting out there, starting your own business, getting out on the internet and starting multiple businesses, figuring it out for yourself, getting into sales. What are you good at? Are you good with your hands? Are you somebody that's good with artwork? Then you get out there and you make your art and you draw and you paint and you sculpt and you do whatever it is you have to do in order to sell your product. That's what you do when you don't like college. You don't go out there and look for these minimum wage jobs and try to figure it out that way and beg the government to give you money from people who work hard. You don't do that. You go out there and you try to make your way. That's the whole point of this channel. It's how to make money and how to make a living on your terms. Not on anybody else's terms, not on school's terms, not on the government's terms, not on your family's terms, not on your friends' terms, but on your terms. How to figure it out for yourself and get it done, right? Because in this life, if we haven't figured it out, we have no one to blame but ourselves. Especially if people have tried to help you out along the way. I mean, I've started this channel because I've tried to help out friends along the way. I've been self-employed for 13 years, and going on 14 now pretty soon here. And not all of them, most of them have rejected the help, right? Have rejected the ideas because not everybody can do what we do, which is the uncertainty of the next paycheck. Most people want to have that certainty that they're going to get that paycheck on Friday, right? But what they fail to realize is that they're trading their time, their freedom for that steady paycheck while we are way more free. And after a little bit of grinding, after some time, after just barreling on through all the stops and all the walls that we have built up in front of us, we end up being way more free than they are. But the point is, college to me, unless you're specializing in something specific, is a complete and utter scam. You have so many people out there in crazy amounts of crippling student loan debt. And it's not anyone's fault but our own. I've had student loan debt. I had it. I went to college. I didn't finish. I quickly realized that even what I was studying, which was Christian ministry, and I loved what I was reading and studying, I didn't need to go to school for that. I didn't. There's very little things you actually need to go to school for. There is so much more to be studied on your own and learned on your own that it's ridiculous. Half of the jobs out there don't require these crazy fancy named diplomas. They simply just do not require them. You can study on your own terms and get to the same places. It's just really that simple. What does it take? It takes drive, it takes want, it takes grit, it takes a lot of work. Is it worth it in the end? I'd say it is. See all those charts back there? I've been studying day trading. There's a lot of people who tell you, oh, day trading's gambling, day trading's this, day trading's that, but the majority of them have never even attempted to, or yet let alone read a book or watched a video online on how to day trade, right? They haven't, or how to swing trade. They might say, oh yeah, swing trading is fine. There's no difference. There is zero difference between a day trade and a swing trade other than the amount of time you're holding the stock. That's it, okay? The point is that I've been studying that for now, going on about 15 months, and I've been day trading for the last 12 months. Well, at the end of this month, December, it'll be a full 12 months of day trading with actual money, all right? Am I a profitable day trader just yet? No, of course not. I'm actually in the hole this year about, I want to say $2,200, $23, which that could potentially, more than likely, change by the end of the month. I could be at break even or even turn a profit or even have very, very small red. Believe me when I tell you that's not a lot of money. Why? Because this year I have traded positions between $800 to $15,000, all right? Maybe even a little more. That's just off the top of my head that I remember a Facebook short that I did during earnings season, okay? Now the point is that those $2,000 that I'm in the hole right now, I can make them up like this. And right now I'm chalking them up to tuition. Now, I can spend $2,000 this year studying the stock market on my own here, just barreling through trades, figuring it out, getting the patterns down, or I can go out to school, spend $10,000 for the year, still not have my diploma, right? I still need another probably 3 years left, end up spending $30,000 for the potential to make a $40,000 job. That's, when we're talking about risk reward in stock trading, that's not a good risk reward right there. All right, guys, so those are my thoughts on college. If you think I'm wrong, tell me why. Just write it down in the comment section below and we can chat about it. But remember, I never said college was bad. And there are certain things that we do need college for. And there are certain things that we have to study in college in order to do them in real life, just because that's the way the system is, primarily. And secondary, there are certain degrees that are extremely marketable and needed. But then there's those scam degrees that we talked about. All right. Have you been scammed? Write it down below. Let's talk about it. Let's see what's going on out there, guys. All right. Until next video, hope you guys are having a great week.